Tonight on a very special episode of One More Match.
Hello, breeders, old breeders, and the NXT breeders, the new breeders. Everyone is involved. Welcome to the first bonus episode, I guess, but also just the first starting point of the NXT podcast. The name is still up in the air. Who knows where it's going to go from that point? But fundamentally, we are entering a different era of time to review in our usual ECW format. Something to just break up the ECW a little bit. We are going to be reviewing the NXT saga, and that being the Nxtus storyline. This runs from, we're basically covering the whole year in terms of pay-per-views. So the way it goes is we're starting off with the Royal Rumble, which is what we're going to be reviewing today. We then go on to the Elimination Chamber, and then we do 4 episodes of NXT, then Mania, and then obviously splice in the NXT. When NXT finishes, there's like 15 episodes or something.
15, I think.
Then we swap over to the Raws, and obviously keep doing the pay-per-views, and it obviously ends at TLC. And that kind of syncs up for us for whenever the fuck we actually get back to the Christian World title reign. It obviously syncs up right there, so it goes up lovely and nice. Now, I will say, we aren't going to be, we're not just tearing the walls down of the ECW series. That will return. But we just wanted to add an extra bit of, first a bit of a break, but then obviously if it turns into a genuine constant, then it also just turns into a nice little side project that we also do. So yeah, this is, I initially dubbed it the NXT Gen podcast, but it can just be the Nxtus podcast, really. That's all it really needs to be.
The Nxtus.
How you doing, mate?
We are one, we stand together, we fight together. I believe that's the song, how the song goes. Yeah,
Yes.
this is gonna be interesting. Obviously, like Ash has always talked about, like, it's so funny to me because what makes me laugh about Ash is like, oh yeah, I'd love to do ECW, I'd love to do, Jesus, Big Show's your world champion. I'd love to do Nxtus, oh, Wade Barrett's not your champion. Oh, they've buried at SummerSlam. It's so funny to me when he comes to me and approaches me with these ideas, because I don't know why he comes to me. We just talk about it and I go, yeah, sure, we can do it if you're up for it. That's what mainly came about for this. I just went, if you want to break up, like, doing ECW, we start doing the Nexus. And I'd assume when we finish the Nexus / ECW 2007, 2008 and 2011, I'd assume. But don't worry, we're not going to be like in fucking, we're not going to be at like 2013, 2014 Raw. Like, oh Jesus, 3 hours just to down the hatch. But this is a simpler time in wrestling. This is a weird time in wrestling because we're still in the era where people don't want to watch wrestling because of what happened years ago. And so it's a weird time because wrestling is trying to get you back to go, we're not as grimy as used to be. We're not hitting people in the head. Okay, maybe TNA are, but we're not. And maybe the Indies are, but we're not. We're PG now. Except for Matt Striker when he went, holy sh... but that was that. So they're trying to rebuild their image after the PG era. I love all the conspiracy theories that surround why they went to PG. My favourite being is Benoit was the reason, even though it wasn't. It's because if Linda was running for presidency and also they were getting more ads.
You also just get more ads, simply saying. That's probably why I describe it as going to PG, is advertising is a lot easier. And it's only till like modern era where they actually did start like advertising like booze and stuff. So, and obviously Mike's Hard Lemonade, of course.
Hopefully on the Netflix era, like, I'd assume how it might work is on the Netflix Raw. Obviously, if you're international, SmackDown's also on Netflix. I think in the United States it's on USA Network, I think. But I might be completely bullshitting there.
Can't wait for Netflix to start charging like 20 quid.
You?
Oh, yes, it is the normal £11.99. But to get wrestling, you have to pay £4 extra.
But hopefully, like, with Raw going to Netflix, hopefully Dwayne Johnson doesn't have to be censored every time he goes, fuck you, Cody, you fucking cunt. Fuck you, don't fuck with our family. Fuck you, you fucking fucker. Fuck. It's like, Jesus, Dwayne. Jesus, will you calm down with them words? fuck you, no I won't. It's just like, 'cause if you watch WrestleMania 40, if you just look at Dwayne Johnson, if you just look at The Rock throughout the matches he's in, you can just hear him, fuck, bullshit. It's fucking me, because whenever we were watching it, it's just Slater and Ash were pointing out, like, he's swearing, there's another 10 quid in the jar. Oh, I loved it. But this is, obviously PG, they're trying to improve their image after the whole thing with and Ron, the whole can wrestlers be safe.
I mean, it's also obviously we're beyond the time where wrestling's real.
Yeah.
Because we're watching the 06 period, still kind of like, oh yeah, wrestling's still real. You have some of the people like, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, Chief. So a lot of the intrigue and the hype's cooling down. I describe this period that we're in. It's a bit of a transitional period, really, because on the show you do have your Triple H's, your Shawn Michaels, your Undertakers, your Batistas, your Edges. You do have a lot of these wrestlers, but you have to know that at this point in time, these wrestlers aren't lasting that much longer. Like Batista's gone soon. Fucking Taker isn't full time beyond what you said this year.
Yeah.
So after Survivor Series, he's gone. Shawn's retired, and this year Triple H is much less frequent in this time period. Like, it really is the transitional era. So you do see champions like Sheamus, just see the rise of the Miz, but fundamentally, like, it really is a big fucking transitional period where you go from having all of these established names who, most of them probably could have retired about 5 years ago. Obviously you wouldn't have gotten some of the classic matches like the Shawn Undertakers, but probably could have retired a few years back. Probably didn't need to do DX to fucking stem the bleeding, break it down. And fundamentally, so that's, and that's why they are grasping at making a new star. And even the stars that they want to keep going. Like I said, Edge retires soon.
He retires in a year, but
we've already gotten to the point in the Extreme. We were at Extreme Brawls with a Christian story arc where he's fucking gone. So it's kind of a just shit's fucked essentially. That's how I describe this time period.
It's very weird because obviously I'm briefly going to keep it to 2010, but I will try when I need to bring in what happens past 2010, 2011. So it's very weird because Vince is trying to build a new star, but he doesn't want the star to be bigger than WWE. Because if you're bigger than WWE and you leave, you're going to bring everyone with you, like Hogan did. I'm not going to say like Angle did, because Angle brought like a smidge of that. He brought a fucking he brought a teaspoon. Hogan brought a fucking bag. Hogan brought a bag. Angle brought like a teaspoon. But like say if Cena left at this time to go to TNA, would you watch WWE who no longer has all these fans, or John Cena who's brought all these fans to TNA? I know Hogan's there, and God's just imagining Hogan just Cena 2010 and fucking TNA would have been weird. But yeah, it's kind of weird because Vince wants to build on the new stars, but he doesn't want to push them because the problem is you have to jump before swimming. Like you can't just you have to jump. If you throw them in, they might not be able to fucking swim. So you do have to see if they can swim, and that's where the problem lies. Because it's like, well, Punk could be a great star, Vince. Randy Orton. What about Daniel Bryan? Mason Ryan. Okay, that one's not gonna work. Husky Harris.
Yeah, it's just, and it's even so. You do see Vince's very odd. You see as a very strange depiction of what he wants, because we've seen two different iterations of Big Zeke getting pushed to have a title run. Like, why the fuck? Why is that your guys? Like, there was such a disconnect with Vince and believing what is like. He's big and he looks scary. It's like, yeah, but he does 2 moves, and two of them are just the same move but named differently in a scoop slam and a body slam. Like, he can only do fucking 3 moves. He does a clothesline, he does a body slam, and he does a fucking choke slam. That's it. That's all he does. And maybe in a year's time he learns how to do a torture rack.
It's the problem with the Finn's era you'll get in his last run, basically. His last run up until people say 2022, but he was still there till Mania 39. His last big contribution was Cody Rhodes losing that year. That was his last big contribution to wrestling so far. Unless you count all the scandals that came out. Which, if you do, then it's the scandals. It's his last big mark. But obviously, you're seeing at this time period, he does not want to push anyone but the ones he wants to push. And that's the problem you're running into, is sometimes you have to admit, look, I'm not there anymore. I can't be as good as I once can booking. Someone has to take over. But the problem is, you have yes men who are going to be like, guys, what do you think? I should put the belt on Mason Ryan, shouldn't I? Mason Ryan? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Vince, yeah, great idea. And they're secretly behind the back going, yeah, that fucking sucks. What you say there, Bruce? What you say, Bruce? What you say? Oh, no, nothing, Vince, nothing. Jesus. Fucking, he throws a cup at him.
Come here, you cunt. Come here.
Buckle up, Bruce.
Yeah, but yeah, it's and I suppose that's why it's interesting to start at the Rumble, because the Rumble is arguably the best show of the year, like without a doubt, and probably has been for the better part of fuck knows how long, a long time now. And now you get to see where we're heading towards Mania, and then we do generally get to see what the title pictures will look like beyond then. So that's why it's a good place to start at the Rumble, because ultimately you see all the main stars. You also see them like fucking packing up the suitcase, like I'm coming home, tell the world I'm coming. Fuck that song, by the way. Fuck you, Mania. Was that 27?
I think it's 27.
Or was that 28?
I think it was for use for both Manias. It was used for the Rock Cena hype package. It was either used for 28's hype package or 29's hype package. It was used between 27 to 29, I believe.
And as an avid SmackDown watcher at this time, did you enjoy that 2-minute match with Chris Masters and Mason Ryan? Well, did it? I'm coming home. Tell
the world.
It's like the cunt in a Clockwork Orange, just like. How many more times is The Rock gonna say that he's doing something? Yeah, Mae Young kick him in the dick again. Yeah, woo! WrestleMania. Glad we don't have to cover that one yet.
That'll come up. That'll come up at some point.
We'll get there.
But
I will say, for just to finally wrap this round, it is a. And this era, how much, I suppose the next question is, how much do you actually know about this era? I know 2011 onwards. I don't know 2010.
I know
for fuck all.
I pretty much know Wade Barrett's burial. I pretty much know that. And I know about the fucking Taker and Kane feud. That does happen.
Yeah.
And the Nexus beating the shit out of Taker is fucking funny to me. Because that should have set up a match between them and Wade Barrett at WrestleMania 27, but never did.
No, never did.
Because that match was supposed to be Sting as well. But Sting went no. Until 2014. I know most of what happens in 2010. Like, if I watch the pay-per-view, I'll probably be able to click in my mind what happens. Like, immediately when they said the Elimination Chambers next month, I immediately knew the gif of Shawn Michaels coming out of the chamber, which will probably be the thumbnail for the next pay-per-view. I know what happens. I know in this time period Bret Hart returns. So this is the 31st. He's returning on the 1st of February. Bret Hart is to WWE, where he has the emotional hug with Shawn Michaels. They hash things out, and then that sets up Vince versus Bret at WrestleMania. And then he becomes US champion. Bret Hart, and I know on one Raw. I know.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that does happen, doesn't it?
I definitely know this. On one Raw, we'll get to it. Bret Hart is supposed to have a match with The Undertaker, but the Nexus someone beats the crap out of The Undertaker and the match never happens. In 2010. It's like when you get two like luchadors who just don't want to hang it up, so they go up there for one final time.
It's like when Lucha Underground started, and it's like, oh, Lucha Underground's sick. What's the first match? Chavo Guerrero.
Oh,
All right, Blue Demon Jr. Now, don't let the Junior in his name fool you. He's like fucking 45 at this time. Like he's like he might be late 40s, early 50s. He's stumbling around like 2014, 10 years ago, he would have been 47.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Let me tell you about a fucking bum opening to a fantastic show.
But yeah, Taker versus Bret is literally them two luchadors that going out for one final match that never happens.
I mean, it's like Chris Jericho wrestling every single week.
There is something we'll get to about Chris Jericho that he says about the Miz, which just rings true for Chris Jericho. And one thing I want to say is, watching this and knowing that next year in our time, so 2024, next year in 2025, the fact that Cena will be retired, and by 2028, Edge and Christian will definitely be retired, because they said, I believe Edge said he's only going to do two more years, depending if he's next able for it, and Christian's probably going to go the same length, if I had to assume.
Yeah.
Because I'd assume the final match is going to be either Adam Copeland versus Christian in AEW or Edge versus Christian in WWE. And knowing they're going to be retired,
Go back to WWE, lads. Go on.
I know they're going to retire, and I know Brian is going to be a part timer by 2028. So the only cunt you'll have by 2028 from your childhood will be fucking Chris Jericho. What a sad world you live in. John Cena retires before Chris Jericho. Imagine telling your kid, like, oh, you're gonna love Chris Jericho. You're gonna love him, Dad. Why is he sticking around so long? What's that movie about the wrestler? Fucking what's it called?
Oh, it is just called The Wrestler.
Yeah, no. What's the character's name called?
It's Randy the Ram.
He's gonna be like Randy the Ram in 20 years.
Where he hits the Ram Jam.
Just one more match. I can do it, guys. Just hit me one more time, please.
Kind of a pretty decent movie, honestly, for a wrestler movie. Yeah, no, it's good fun. It's but yeah, genuinely, how old is he supposed to be? He was a famous wrestler in the 80s.
Wait, it's based on a true story.
No.
I was like, oh fuck.
No, like in theory.
Oh, no.
Of course, wrestler Hulk Hogan claimed in 2012 that he was offered the lead role and that he turned down the role because he felt he was not the right man to portray the character. I believe it's Darren Aronofsky, the director, went, he's fucking lying, the cheeky cunt. Oh, absolute course. You can find it anywhere on wrestling. Where Hulk Hogan will be like, see, I'm not saying I came up with the name The Undertaker, but I did. And I was actually going to do the gimmick myself, but I was just so bloody busy that I just couldn't.
It's like
yeah, all right, mate.
It's like the memes that everyone's making now about The Rock, because he went, then I just told him we should go with Cody and Cody versus Roman. It's like where everyone's taking that fucking where he has the glasses on, doing that like pose, like. And then I told Hogan you should turn heel and join the NWO. And then I told Randy Orton that tell Ray that Eddie's not up there, he's down there, and he's like, oh, fuck me.
He is the real architect.
And then I told
planning out wrestling history.
Then I told Joe Hendry he should believe.
But yeah, just to wrap up a very long segment though. It is a really interesting time, and like I said, this pay-per-view is probably the best way to get back in. You didn't actually ask me what I knew about this time,
what do you
so
know about
I'm gonna have to there we are, lovely. It's not too much, honestly. It's very tangential. It's very on the whim. Like I watched 90% of the Rumble and went, I don't fucking remember who wins this, which is quite fun because I know like installments, I guess. I know bits, but fundamentally a lot of it is going to be going in completely raw. So that's going to be great fun. As all of the breeders would know. How else are you supposed to conceive? Fucking hell. That's a weird way to go about it.
Editor.
That's staying in. But yeah, it is going to be quite nice to be in the dark rather than being like, oh, bloody hell, this is when, and then 3 minutes in, Sin Cara hits a fucking Hurricane Rana, but he fucks it up and shits himself.
He's not here yet,
Cheers.
sadly.
And then Hulk Hogan said, I told him to do it. Everybody remembers shit Cara. But yeah, fuck it. That's it. That's the opening segment. Let's get in to the Royal Rumble.
I like to think if there was a black masked wrestler, Hogan was like if Spider-Man, if you ever met Spider-Man, he's just like, you're not black, are you, Spider-Man? You're not black, are you? And then Spider-Man's like, how do I put this, Hogan?
I would have liked if they just allowed everybody to wrestle as Mr. America. Like, anyone just does it. At some point you have like Bobby Lashley. It's like, oh, it could be Hogan. No, definitely not. But wouldn't that be fucking hilarious if Mr. America was just getting tossed around?
Yeah. I also at this time Chris Jericho's leaving as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah. 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 In the weakest career move known to man. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to focus on me music. All right. Great. Oh, Chris, how's that music going? Yeah. Shut up. All right, I'm back now. Leave me alone. Can I use Fozzy on my entrance music? No, your music's too iconic. Oh, fuck you know.
Tony, can I use Fozzy? Go on.
Can you pay me money to use Fozzy, please? Thank you.
Yeah, how does that work actually? Does he get royalties?
Oh, he's got to license out that fucking song.
Like, does he license that out to Tony, or just like, how does it work?
Come on, we're all professionals here. 2 mil per use. Cheers. But yeah, fuck it. Anything else before we get into the card?
No, I just let's get to it. Also, just quickly, it's a time capsule. TNA are about to go head to head. The Monday Night Wars are about to be revived.
Oh yeah, it coincides with this, doesn't it?
Tomorrow night, the 1st of February, is when Raw goes against TNA, and Raw absolutely decimate TNA. But TNA
also, what the fuck was TNA on Monday? Was it just because it was a Hogan thing?
From what I know, is obviously they're like, okay, Thursday is your time slot. And then they went, okay, we'll try out Monday. And obviously, Hogan and Bischoff are, Monday? That's WCW. And they went,
Yeah.
Can we put our show on Monday, like WCW, and go head to head with WWE? And they're like, I don't think that'll be a good move, Hogan. And they went, it will be. It fucking will be. And some
would say TNA didn't really have much discipline. Oh, also, it's absolutely fucking mental how TNA actually, they didn't do well. They won like 4 times or some shit.
They won none.
Oh, never mind. They didn't even win anything. But it's mental how there was this fucking war where, mate, it's like shit going up against shit.
It's so funny because they were building up this Impact, this big massive Impact. And I believe on the first Impact, Hogan comes out and he's like, "We're changing everything, brother. The ring, we're changing the ring and everything." And then the fans boom. And then you come back the second weekend, like the ring's all blue now and shit. Also, what was funny about it is,
you know what? We hate WWE. We're also going to be like WWE.
my favorite thing is, even though he brought in all the part-timers like Val Venus, fucking, and all those lads, my favorite thing is how he went, yeah, Vince, what are you going to do, Vince? Huh? What are you going to do, Vince? Huh? Come on, attack us. Okay, Bret Hart's coming out on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night and shaking hands with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, well, I was going to watch that other company, but fucking hell. Oh.
Like, I just love it. It's like, what are you going to do, Vince? Shoot us. Exactly. Just
pop.
But yeah, they go up, I believe, 4 times. They do get, obviously, because TV's changed in the past 10 years. They still get 1 million like viewers, which
Oh, decent for TNA.
yeah, like it still gets 1 million like watchers, like, so it is decent. Compare that to modern day, where AEW can't even pass 700,000.
Still pretty remarkable.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I just
not to be an AEW defender. You know, I've got a reputation to uphold.
I fucking love how TNA were like, yeah, we're bringing in Hogan, and then Vince is like, they're like, okay, what are you gonna do, Vince? Bret Hart. Oh, yeah, Bishop. Do you remember when you fucked over Bret Hart in WCW? I like to forget that, mate. But yeah, that's what's happening tomorrow. I believe that's the Impact where Jeff Hardy shows up in that weird asylum dome cage match where you have to climb out of the top of it, and I believe it's Homicide can't climb out of the top of it, so he has to weirdly try and get out of it, but he can't. Oh,
yeah,
we need to review that one at some time. We just need to review that episode.
I mean, I know I'm always bad at about thinking of doing extra stuff.
But
not
yeah,
happening.
That's what's happening tomorrow. A war is happening. We're not covering the war.
Everybody else has covered the war.
TNA just went, we can do what WCW did. We have less money, but we'll try. And ultimately blew up in their face. There's like the two dogs behind the fence, but they're arguing with each other, and then they walk up to the main person, and they're like, "Oh, hello, that's TNA." And then they're working with WWE, so who knows? Maybe it did turn out well, or maybe Triple H just knows what's best for business.
Time to play the game. But yeah, let's kick off with the Royal Rumble. I'll run down the match card, and you still there? Yeah, I'll run down the match card just to preface the night. Christian defending the ECW championship against Ezekiel Jackson. Christian, who is the longest reigning WWE ECW champion. Just have that in the back of your mind. The Miz versus MVP for the United States Championship. Sheamus versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Mickey James versus Michelle McCool for the WWE Women's Championship. The Undertaker versus Rey Mysterio for the World Heavyweight Championship. And finally, the 2010 Royal Rumble match. Now, with all that being said, it's genuinely quite a solid card. Like, you have a lot of heavy hitters, you have a lot of pretty strong things. Even if it's a match that sounds garbage, like Christian versus Big Zeke, at least you got Christian in there who's gonna turn it into something interesting enough. So there's some really strong, there's some decent match on the card, and there's some payoffs that you need, even if it's fucking awful to get there, like walking over hot coals. Just fucking hell! Please don't call Mickey James a pig again. No, they've done it again. Oh, she's come out in a fat suit now. Fucking hell! She's not even fat, man. But yeah. Now, would you like to know what the dark match is?
No, just tell me anyways.
Kelly, Gail Kim, Eve Torres, and the Bella Twins defeating Alicia Fox, Natalia, Maurice, Jillian, and Katie Lee Burchill. Banger.
What's the next one?
No, that's it. That's the dark match. Get that crowd really hyped up.
Okay.
You're not enough for me.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Just that's like I know like women's wrestling wouldn't change really for another 5 years. Well, 4.
Get the TNA, boys.
Like with Gail Kim, you re-signed her because she.
You got Gail Kim. You got Mickey James. Okay, that's it. I guess Natalia's there, but not at this point. You're Beth Phoenix. You're telling me you can't do something fucking great out of that?
No wonder, like no wonder she left again, and then
yeah.
Oh, and then obviously Awesome Kong debuts, and that happens, and that's weird. That's a weird prep itself. So yeah, that's That's an interesting dark match. Shall we kick off the show? Can you do?
Yeah.
Can you do your best impression of the song that was playing throughout this pay-per-view? That was an SVR 10.
The answer's no. I've completely forgotten what it was. I need a hero, saved up sound. I need a hero, take me down. There we are, something like that. There we are, completely forgot it. I was singing it the entire time. Fucking second we get to recording, boom.
It's a banger. It's a banger.
It's ridiculous how good Christian rock was at this point in time. Well, they have some genuinely decent ones, but then you actually think about it, it's like, oh, this is about Jesus, isn't it? No, fucking hell. No. I don't like Jesus. I don't like Jesus. But yeah, the first match of the night, speaking of somebody who likes Jesus, it's Christian versus Ezekiel Jackson. Ezekiel Jackson likes Jesus. I don't know why. That's a very I think he likes Jesus.
No, it buckled me because you went Jesus and I went, oh, Christian. Yeah. I didn't know you were making a big Sikh reference there. Like Christian.
He is a Christian. But no, yeah, big Sikh. You know what's wild to me?
Mm-hmm.
Big Sikh had a job from 2008 to 2014. How's that fucking happened? How did he stay so shit? How did he fucking stay there for so long doing nothing?
I don't know. He's just
fucking cashing them checks. And then you got to go to do Lucha Underground where he got paid for like a year. Sound. Fucking mentalist. But yeah, this is obviously for the ECW Championship. And just remember, Christian is the longest reigning ECW champion of all times. How long is his reign?
6.5 months, isn't it?
It's 6 months. It's 6 months. Tell me your fucking tell me your show's been shit without telling me it's shit. 6 months. ECW's been about for fucking 4 years now. Obviously, it's a relatively short time frame, but fuck me. How have they done that? It felt like Big Show held it for about 700 days. But that's just how the time... He only held it for like 20 weeks. Yeah. But yeah, fuck me. Absolutely hilarious statistic. Like, if your longest reigning world champion has only been champion for 6 months, grow up. Unless all of your reigns have been 3 weeks. Shut the fuck up. It's a bad idea. Which probably has, because ECW is like, way... No, I'm going to give this belt to fucking Chavo Guerrero, way... So I'll fucking stop doing it. Stop fucking doing it. But yeah, this match is a 12-minute match. It's honestly quite refreshing. I'd describe it as it's somewhat akin to the Randy Orton Christian match in Extreme Rules 2011. No, of the SmackDown, where he lost the belt. Well, it's a very big back and forth. Christian has to work a bit harder, work a bit smarter in order to try beat him. Slowly working away at Big Zeke, gotten all his shit, and finally managed to reverse He was power slamming Christian's back into the turnbuckle. Christian slid out, grabbed the arms, hit the kill switch, and retained the ECW championship.
Yeah, my thoughts on this match is I'll get to you in a second. My thoughts.
Oh, what am I, a naughty kid? I'll get to you in a second. Fucking hell, all right.
You've been a bad boy.
Oh, fucking suck my thumb or something. Jesus.
I said that so aggressively as well, didn't I? I said it so aggressively. I just realised. I'll get to you in a second in the most aggressive tone. I have to switch to the two of us. I can't have it on my camera. I can't. That buckles me. Just your response. Buckles me. But my thoughts on this match is yeah, be a bad boy, Piggy. But my thoughts on this match is it's nice to see Christian in a world title picture, but not in a world title picture. It's nice to see how we see Christian's run. This technically will be in the Christian arc, like, because any match that Christian's on will technically be in the Christian arc because you're including him on shows that he's on now. So get ready for ECW All-9 to be in that fucking list. Just all of ECW All-9. And WrestleMania 25, 26, 27, fucking 50. So I do like where Christian is going with this. Obviously, what's so funny to me is Vince could have had Christian. I know it's not a big achievement. There is bigger achievements you can have in wrestling. But like, Christian should have been your last ECW champion. But Vince went,
No.
Big C.
Yeah. It's something else. It's Big Zeke. He starts neighing.
Paul, look at the muscles, Paul. Look at those muscles. Look at them.
For every steroid Big Zeke put into his veins, he gets a fucking wrinkle mark on his fucking head. It's just a fucking. But yeah, honestly, it was a decent enough match. I'd imagine this is a lot of what ECW is at this time. It's Christian fucking turning chicken shit into chicken salad. It was better than it had any right to be. Probably the Big Zeke's best match ever. It went 12 minutes. Mate, I've never seen Big Zeke do anything other than fucking body slams. So, that's all he does. Look, I've watched I've not watched all the Zeke matches, but I watched enough. Yeah, I watched enough Big Zeke matches. And also, I find it so funny where, because Regal's too shit to be ECW champion, apparently, he's just injured or whatever the fuck. They decide, all right, Regal, you're gonna tutor both fucking Big Zeke. And I'm pretty sure he was in it as well, Kozlov. And it's like, mate, they don't have enough fucking brain cells to rub together. Never mind fucking learn from Regal. What's he teaching him? Fucking collar and elbow. Oh, what foot? Collar your who? It's fucking.
I do want to also apologise for people that might be upset the fact that I had that on the wrong overlay by accident. I had that on 3 instead of 6. So sorry. I'm still getting used to this. And
what's 3?
3 is the Watching Walford channel. We don't talk about
that. Oh, who the fuck cares?
So
grow up. It's the same channel. It's the same fucking people.
So number 3 just has Axe 1, Keep 1, who stays, who goes, and it's just like Axe 1 is you, and then on the other side it says who stays, which is just me. We're axing you and we're keeping me.
Fantastic.
Some say that'd be like Regal teaching Zeke and Kozlov. Hey, look.
There's no fucking point, is there?
Look. On the other hand, at least they're going to do what AEW talent didn't do. At least they show up to the seminars and actually fucking train with them.
Yeah.
Maybe when an old man is giving you advice, you take it instead of being like, no, I can actually wrestle, Regal. I can wrestle.
I can wrestle. Body slam. He's doing it again. But no, like, honestly, it made Zeke look like a reasonable wrestler this match. But yeah, like the fact that they put Regal with them both, like, what's the fucking point? Mate, Regal have played Got Your Nose. They're still looking. It's been 14 years. They've not found their nose. They don't know where it is. They've lost it entirely. They've just decided to fucking go on without a nose. And they still can't smell something's up.
I'm just like, what is he teaching them? Like, this is how you do a bloody collar and elbow tie up. I tell you what, and don't forget the nose, Al Goldberg. Don't you forget that, pal.
Like, what skills has Regal taught either of them, and it's affected their wrestling game?
Like, because Brian, I understand he's gone out there doing a similar style to Regal. Excuse me, but like Ezekiel Jackson is not fucking doing fucking Regal Benoit like fucking
No.
fucking the fucking takedowns. Fucking.
What would you do if Big Zeke started doing joint manipulation?
I'd
Although,
love-
no, in him, he'd snap the fucking arms. Oh, fucking hell.
You tell him it's a work. He go, oh, it's a work. All right, so I want her. Oh fuck. Oh, you can't. Oh Jesus.
Wrestling's not real, is it? Smash! Oh,
It's like that
fucking hell.
one. It's like that one scene from the Supernatural Scooby Doo, like crossover, or like I believe Shaggy falls out of a window, and he's like, "I'm in a cartoon, right? So this is not gonna hurt." And he falls. He falls, or he gets hit, and he's like, "Ah, usually that just goes back to normal, but my arm's broken. Why is it broken?" It's like, should we tell them they're fictional characters? That's what I like to think. Like wrestlers tell wrestlers, it's fake, right? You're not gonna hurt me, are you? Yeah. Take down. It's why I've always been
But
afraid.
yeah.
The one move I've always been afraid of, and I know people are going to go, it's the most basic move. The one move I'm scared to always take is the one where they grab your neck and twist it. Because I'm like, what if they accidentally actually fucking twist your neck properly? I fucking kill you in the ring by accident. I know there's probably some like somebody out there's gonna go, well, actually the secret to this move is this, but it always scares me because I'm like,
Grab his dick and twist it. Twist his dick.
but you know what I mean? It's just that move always scares me because I'm like, how do you take that?
Like you just stayed it back on course. I'm just not gonna react to that. I'm gonna keep going. Like nothing happened.
Twist your stick.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, but yeah, we had more fun talking about this match than this match did have fun.
I'll get you in a second. Sit in that corner. But I'm just imagining, like, could you imagine Regal meeting Tony Khan, right? And then Tony Khan going, okay, so you want to do Blackpool Comic Club, but you have all these wrestlers who are great, isn't that right, Regal? That's right, yeah. So I heard on ECW, WWE ECW, by the way, you two lads called Ezekiel Jackson and Vladimir Kozlov, that correct, William Regal? That is correct, sir, yeah. But how about in the Blackpool Combat Club? They also are in it. Tony. Wrestling's fake, you know that, don't you? I didn't teach them anything. What? No, I thought Shad was real. No,
But Cage Match tells me it's correct. All right.
No,
Back in the corner, Tony.
Shad told me that I could buy Seek and cost off if I wanted to. What are you telling me no for, Regal? Regal?
I'll get to you later, Tony.
Fucking headlocks him.
But yeah, decent defense. ECW title it's okay. They're trying to go for platinum. I just see silver. It's okay. Probably better than a bunch of belts they currently have. So how about that? Fucking dickheads. But yeah, let's move on. Don't want to spend fucking 4 hours here. Next up we had a little pre-match segment where the JTG and Shad Crime Time try to get Teddy to put them into the Rumble. And they're like, yeah, we tricked someone in. We convinced someone to give us their number. It's a great Carly. And we said, hey, you're going to kiss Tiffany. And obviously she's like, nah. And then basically they do the like casual racism approach where the great Carly and Rajan Singh say something like, what do you mean, home slice? It's like, oh, can't hit him with a home slice like that. Come on. That's untouched gold. And fucking.
What did he start singing?
I don't know, but they made a Family Matters reference, and then made Carly do an Urkel impression. But all I would describe it as is like, it would be like me just going, "Did I do that?"
Sad man, what are you doing here?
It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, what are we doing this for? But yeah, Great Khali does not give them their spot in the Rumble, and now it's just for one memory crime time to do nothing in the Rumble. Fantastic.
I like to imagine Vince where he's meeting all the like black wrestlers going with this segment who are in this match, like who's in this segment. He goes, "You black people, you watch Family Matters, don't you?" Since that was like 40 years ago. Yeah, I'm cool and hip with you guys, aren't I? I'm cool and hip. Yeah, Vince, you gonna put a world title on me? No, fuck off. You're not hip. Fuck off. You cunt.
Exactly.
I just like to imagine he's out of touch. He's like, you kids like the Slim Shady. Is that what you call him? The Slim Shady? Is that what you call him? The old Dr. Disrespect? No? The old 60 Cent? The old nickel and dime? It's like, who are you naming, Vince? You know, all these rappers. Frank Sinatra? Like, what? That's what I like to think.
But yeah, and The Miz walks in and gives him the Miz 2010, like, really, guys? Really? And then he gets put in a match with MVP. This match goes 7 minutes 30. MVP is pretty hot, all things considered. I will not take that back. That's a fact. And he nearly hits the overdrive and wins, but he doesn't. They get into about a roll-ups. Miz kind of like gets MVP out the ring, and then he like kicks him in the face and then rolls him up and gets the victory. Miz then shouts in his face, and MVP batters him. So the Miz is still the United States champion, and MVP got his heat back. Will he do anything with his heat? No.
I have nothing to say on this match.
It was serviceable.
Yeah. It's great seeing.
You're still trying to say something. I've got nothing to say. Hold that fucking thought.
I'm trying to say it's so weird seeing it's so good seeing 2010 WWE MVP. I made a joke to Ash in the Rumble. People say the Attitude Era had stars. You can fuck off. 2010 had stars. Yoshitatsu, Ted DiBiase Jr., MVP. I can't say Cody Rhodes considering he is a star now. Evan Bourne, Zack Ryder, Nick Nemeth. You can't tell us if we didn't have stars.
Exactly. But yeah, decent enough match. Furthered the story. Miz still champion. Next up, we have the stinker match of the fucking night. We have fresh, hot, straight out of ECW, WWE champion Sheamus versus Randy Orton. Now, I've made my feelings quite clear. Randy Orton didn't realize he could speed up his wrestling until about 2020. Like, he spent his whole career working on 0.5 speed. But it's like there's always that fucking clip of like Snoop Dogg has been muted on his stream for 2 years and he's never realized. That's Randy Orton. Like, and he suddenly one day found the unmute button. He's like, what the fuck? Could have been doing this all along. And it's a slog. It's shit. It's garbage. It's not an interesting match. The only interesting part about it is in the pre-match segments, you have Cody being like, Randy, man, he's been really weird lately. He's been saying that he's going to win the Rumble and challenge you at WrestleMania. And then you get Ted being like, Cody's been really off lately. He says that he's going to win the Rumble and challenge Sheamus at WrestleMania. So Randy doesn't know who the fuck to trust. Because they're both playing the fucking dirty dog in this situation. I love it.
I love it. I love Legacy, and I think they're just called Legacy, aren't they? Or not Orton, Rhodes and DiBiase Jr.
Legacy.
I love how in current day, so 2024, people, I mean one person on TikTok really wants, so obviously there's Randy Orton, there's Cody Rhodes, there's Kevin Owens, and obviously they're fighting the bloodline, which is obviously Tama Tonga, Diego Fatu, Solo Sikoa, Tangaloa. I also said Tama Tonga. And they're like, who got help Cody Rhodes?
I come from money. I come from class. The ladies love me for all my cash.
Like, The only
He fucking struts out, and then obviously the chorus goes, "Trying to fuck on me," and then the crowd's like, "Fuck on me, fuck on me, fuck on me." He's back
the only
after a fucking embezzlement jail time. Yeah.
like the only person
If they're voting for Trump, they're voting for Ted DiBiase. Felony, felony.
Imagine Chan felony. Imagine. It's like this is going to be definitely dated by the time this comes out, but it's like the one person after the attempted assassination went, Cash Wheeler wouldn't have missed. Fuck me, that's a brilliant one. But
yeah,
the only person who would be excited for Ted DiBiase Jr. to come back is Ted DiBiase Jr.
I'll do it. Only if Brett DiBiase, his shitter brother or cousin, does it too. Former FCW legend.
Oh. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty.
Exactly. But yeah, this match is 12 minutes 24. It felt like 24 minutes. It was shit. The finish comes as Cody Rhodes smacks Sheamus in the back, just as Randy's about to win. That meaning Cody Rhodes has cost Randy the WWE Championship by disqualification.
Yeah.
There we are.
Like on the topic of Orton like speeding up his career, it's the kind of thing like how we describe with Phil Mitchell and EastEnders, where if you're just getting paid shitloads of money, what's the point of acting? What's the point of doing wrestling? If you're guaranteed to get that bag, what's the point? Like I understand people go, but you could have the matches, Orton. Think of the matches you have. Yeah, thinking of the matches you can have and the style you can prove.
Think of all the matches you can still have in 20 years.
Exactly.
It's like The Miz. The Miz gets a bunch of shtick for being really safe. But fundamentally, how much time's he taken off for injuries?
Like, let's just say Ospreay, like in 20 years, what will he have in it fucking what? He could have the AEW championship, right? Let's just say he stays with AEW. He's like Sting, he's an AEW
Oh, he's definitely going to WWE at some point.
Well, yeah, but let's just say he's an AEW for lifer. Like, what? So in 20 years, all he's going to have on his shelf is all the AEW championships and a fucking plaque that says, I won Wrestler of the Year by PWI 500. Like, oh, yeah, that's cool and everything, but you could still be wrestling in those 20 years. So, like, I understand why Orton is taking it safe, but even the safest wrestler can put on a good match. Like, Orton can put on a good match. Like, he is still very safe. Like, my favourite thing with modern Orton is where it's like, oh, you want me to jump? Jump, Orton! Jump! Nah, I don't know, I don't do that. No, me, no.
You're teasing me.
Naughty. Like, I love where he's like, oh, holy shit, Orton's gonna jump. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not. And he doesn't do it.
But yeah, I respect it. It's fundamentally it's something we've been saying about AEW stars, where it's like, guys, do you actually want to be wrestling in 5 years? Because if you keep at this pace, you're fucking not. So fucking calm down.
I mean, I only really mean that for Darby, because like because you go to Darby, okay.
Oh yeah, but Brian, he's yeah, sure, he's retiring anyways. I'd rather him retire with a functioning fucking neck. Like, how about that? How about he doesn't fucking nearly murk himself for another time?
Brian's a weird example. Because in WWE he was restricted. Like, yeah, he definitely was restricted. I love how the minute he went to AEW, I like to imagine backstage, Grand Slam, his first match in AEW, he went to Kenny Omega, drop me on my head. Brian, you've neck issues. You heard me, pal. Drop me on my fucking neck. And he went, I'm Brian, I don't think I can. Just do it.
Fair enough, understood. But yeah, anyways, that's enough of that. Next match is Mickie James versus Michelle McCall for the WWE Women's Championship. We get a excruciatingly long. Haha, Mickie James is fat, isn't she? She's fat. She likes food. She's fat. Mickie James is in incredible shape here. Like, she may not be fucking like slim, lean, I smoke 50 a day to keep this physique model slim, but that's not fucking healthy. Mickie James looks incredibly healthy here. It's fucking incredible. But no, she's not as slim as she used to be. She's not as lean as she used to be. So she's fat, it's Piggy James, and it's like, oh. You have to sit through a Michelle McCall sing old Mickey James had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Then Layla comes out in a fat suit. But at least the payoff for this is Mickey James twats Michelle McCall in the head and pins her for the Women's Championship in 20 seconds. Is there any surprise she fucked off to TNA, as did Gail Kim, very soon?
Isn't the whole thing, because we brought her up before about don't trust wrestlers, isn't the whole thing is because of John Cena? Like John Cena got her moved to SmackDown, and Vince didn't like her weight, and then just went, yeah, fuck off.
She definitely got moved around in the company after the whole John Cena thing.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, oh, she's just such a crazy bitch, man. It's like, oh, god damn it. Why are we doing this? Fucking wrestlers.
Like we currently might have been. I'm gonna say might because this all might be a rumor. Like fucking Steph, I forget her last name. The last who recently joined WWE last month. Her boyfriend is apparently abusive, so that's why she left CMLL and like New Japan and couldn't go to AEW because all the wrestlers were like, I know you're a very good wrestler. I think you're one of the best. I think you're very good. I think you're very talented. But your boyfriend, he did not abuse you. Now, I'm not an innocent man. Look, I'm not an innocent man.
Classic wrestlers.
Look, I'm not an innocent man. I robbed a donut from a store at 12. I will admit I'm not an innocent man. Did he abuse you? I don't know. But I'm just saying, you don't pick on my homie like that. We don't fuck that way. And then she went, okay, no one's going to believe me. I'm heading to WWE. Or someone would believe me. It's just don't trust wrestlers is my honest take from it.
Yeah, they're all cunts. Wrestlers are idiots and cunts.
That's why I'm going to say maybe, because I have no idea if it's true or not. Some
allegedly, maybe, perhaps, hypothetically, proverbially, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because
stop fucking thinking about it.
Yeah, someone could have made it up, but that's what I've heard. Like, there's a boyfriend was just a massive cunt store.
Piggy sources, of course.
Yeah.
Notorious wrestling journalist.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the co-main event. That is the final singles match before the Royal Rumble. We have The Undertaker versus Rey Mysterio for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this match was genuinely quite good. This match was actually very strong. Nice back and feels fucking tiny way. Look at him try to do a move. He's fucking shit, he is. Fuck you, Ray. Hey, Ray, fucking try combat this. Why is he doing that? Why are all the Rey Mysterio like, no, it's bloody David versus Goliath? Except if David was fucking 2 inches tall, look at him, he's small. He's on his 7th knee surgery.
I also want to bring up, they also did the infamous ones. At this time, do not try this at home. And then obviously it's like,
this kind of pain isn't like any other kind of pain. That's not a Mark Henry. That's not an accident.
I tore my bone. I tore my tricep right off the bone. Shit like that.
Yeah. And then my right pec right off the bone. And then you obviously have the famous Rey Mysterio. I've had surgery 5 times in my left knee. It's like, what? When's he ever sounded like that? But in that promo package, which is played every single week on SmackDown, no matter what. Surgery 5 times on my left knee. Like, why does he fucking sound like that? He's never sounded like that in his life.
Why does he sound like Sandman is my question.
But yeah, honestly, it's a... Also, I will say, Undertaker with the... I've forgotten that he used to do the eyeliner. He looks so sad. He looks so sad. His hairline, he doesn't even want to fucking... His hair doesn't even want to be on his head anymore. He's got that shitty little eyeliner. He's got the saddest of eyes. But this match was actually very strong. It went 11 minutes 09. The finish came as Ray... Did Ray hit the 619? Went for the West Coast pop. Yeah. And then Taker caught him with a last ride. And pinned him for the 3. Overall, decent match. Undertaker definitely raised Ray's stock here, but will Ray do anything with this? Probably not. Is he even on Mania?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely.
Yeah, but who's he facing though? Like fucking. Wait, is that this year? Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah,
I'm not
because they
gonna
have the
give.
big feud and he shaves his head.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, no, genuinely decent match. Anything else before we get into the Rumble?
I just like I told Ash. I just like to imagine Ray has a knee king, or like like most people are like, spank me, tie me up and spank me. Ray's like, hit me in my knee,
Spit on my knee.
hit me in it,
Fucking.
Eddie my knee, Eddie my knee. Oh, woman, I'd love if he had just whacked my knee. Just fucking. That's all I like to imagine. It's like he likes not BDSM or anything. He just likes his old knee being slapped, like Johnny Gargano in a match. Just fucking. But I like this match. It's weird seeing Taker in 2010 because it's such a blind spot. Because obviously 2010 is his last full year. Obviously he comes back for 2011 with Triple H, 2012 with Triple H, then 2013 with Punk, then he loses in 2014, and then obviously he has the Brock Lesnar feud in 2015 and Bray Wyatt feud. But it's so weird seeing him here because I'm like, I just imagine you being part time. And I think that was the problem. I think they wanted Taker to be part time, or not part time, to be full time for an extra 2 years. But he went, I literally don't think I can do this full time for. But I like to imagine his time set was 5 years back, and then he just went, I just can't quit you wrestling. I just can't quit you. I just can't. And then
But yeah, I think at the end, yeah, it is strange to see Taker still active. But obviously, well, you will see him slowly unwind. You can understand that even from his appearances, he hasn't really changed much since we last saw him. And when we would have seen him, it would have been Armageddon 06.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even he wrestles the same fucking style. He still looks as beat up, and I'm amazed. I'm amazed that he's still going.
It's so weird seeing Taker like, because obviously because it's so weird because obviously like it's like telling myths. Like how parents were telling you myths about like saints and shit. But might have a telling me myths about like the Undertaker. They tell me like the Undertaker's just phenomenal wrestler. He's like one of the best. So when you see him, you're going to be like, holy shit, he's the best. And then obviously like when I seen Taker, it's like when you go, oh, this car's going to be great. This car's going to look beautiful. You look at the car and it's like 2 wheels are hanging off it. The door's barely on it. And
the windscreen's half gone.
Yeah, and it's like, and my dad's like, yeah, that's not Taker. I remember, and I remember Hell in a Cell. And I'm like, yeah. And then you see him. 2015, he's all right. 2016, he's somewhat all right. And then
I mean, even from 2013, he's rough.
Yeah,
like
he somehow saves it, but after 2016, he just fucking immediately.
It's gone. It's over.
Like the Roman match is probably his last good match, unless we count the Boneyard match. Which many
we
people
do
don't.
not.
But I count the Boneyard match as a great farewell. But if he like, I don't care. I know like Sting wanted his one last run, but if Taker went Michelle, I want one last run. I'd be like, get in that fucking room. You're not doing it, mate. You're not doing it. Fuck off. Unless you
get in that padded cell, you twisted cunt. Fuck off.
And like, unless he's actually gonna like, I'm not saying get in shape. Obviously, he's in great shape. But like, unless
he's probably the healthiest he's been in years.
Yeah, like if he's generally coming back to wrestling, I'd be like, no, please, Taker. You're like you're like Chris Jericho. You don't know when to stay down. Please.
I mean, he'd be allowed. He'd be allowed to give it one last try after actually getting time to recover. It's just the issue with the Undertaker is, yeah, sure, he'd only appear once a year, but that's still like 1 year max to recover and rehab. Like that's not that much time as an athlete, especially if you are as banged up as he was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it is fun seeing Taker though. It is fun because because like Taker is a part of.
He does look fantastic with a world heavyweight title.
He sadly, I think this is the Elimination Chamber where he gets burnt next month. And the guy was never seen again who accidentally lit Taker up on fire, who accidentally burned Taker. He was never seen again. Just like how people say, if you had COVID in a certain country, you were never seen again. You were taken to the Highlands and fucking marked. That guy has never seen the light of day again. He's been fucking killed. I like to imagine he's probably alive. He's probably alive and well. But it's funny to imagine Vince took him out back and just.
Is it time for the Rumble?
It's time for the Rumble.
Now, I don't exactly know the best way to do it. I think it's just, we'll tangentially go through the main spots. if we have it, because all the Rumbles go through phases. Obviously, this Rumble starts off with Dolph Ziggler and Evan Bourne, two banger themes. Evan Bourne's is fantastic, as is SCR 2011. But then third spot, out comes CM Punk, who does his whole, I'm going to beat everyone and I'm going to sit in the ring and do the sermon. This brings out Beth Phoenix and the Great Khali. Beth Phoenix kisses Great Khali and throws him out.
Also, JTG somewhere in there.
I mean, I'm not going through everyone.
All right.
No, like there's too many. I'm not going through every individual name. Just the highlights.
Fair enough. Sorry.
Nice little sequence. As I said before, I suppose the difference is obviously Punk's been notorious he is a cunt, according to everyone, but also he does know his shit, and him and Rumbles is the next level in get your shit in, get your fucking shit in. No one's going to remember what you do unless you win, so make sure when you get in, you get shit done. And that's why everybody who comes out with Punk gets their fucking shit in. And it looks great.
I mean, the one thing I know about Punk is like how much of an ally he is for the LGBTIA plus community. I think I said
Hi, Zach. Why is this going there?
No. I just want to bring it up because I never really get to bring it up. But like, there's a story where Sonny Kiss is, I think, a gender fluid wrestler.
Yes.
It's basically Punk, I believe, when he walked up and he's shaking hands with, let's just say, Jungle Boy before the whole thing. Luchasaurus, Christian. He went up to Sonny Kiss and went, "Excuse me, what are your pronouns?" And I went, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" Like he might be a cunt, but he's just like the fact that because a wrestler.
I love him. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care about personal Phil Brooks. Like I don't give a shit. I'm waiting for him to bring up the Jungle Boy thing. Piggy, I actually remember last year, but he might, if you, despite what you think about Phil Brooks, the person, he knows his shit, he knows what to do. Yes, you don't have to listen to him, but still, for people who don't know, he is probably one of the best wrestlers. He will always be one of the best, especially if you grew up in a time period where we grew up, where there was a change in WWE, where we were starting to get rid of all these big, muscly men until Roman came along. We're trying to change it. Punk is there. He is a big part of that time period, and Punk is a great booker in my opinion. I think he's great. Like his few months he had on Collision before the whole thing happened was like generally good because he was booking people he wanted to book. And I was like, these are the people. These are your future. I may not be here in 5 years, but these will be in the future. Like and that's why I think his AEW runs underrated because he just went, fuck it. I'm just gonna have shit to do. I still think the Maxwell Jacob Friedman fucking angle is one of my favorites of all time. Just Maxwell cutting the promo and I'm like, oh.
I will say, I mean, I'll just let you have your little shit about Punk. We'll have a lot of time to talk about Punk in this whenever we do anything in the 2010s, pretty much. So you will have the time. This is probably my favorite look, CM Punk. He's got the long hair. He's got the fucking beard there. He's in the red and black. Oh, fuck my ass, CM Punk. Please, please. Wow, what a fucking looks fantastic here.
Yeah, I think this is one of my favorite looks of Punk. The only one that beats it is either at Revolution 2022, where he came out in the white shorts and he had the slick back hair, his old gear basically. That's one of my favourite looks of all time, where he comes out in the shorts. And then you have all the Twitter fans going, why did he come out to this theme song? And it's like, his ROH run.
History,
they should
lads,
have
history.
explained it to us. And it's like, no, they shouldn't have. That's my favourite look because I love Punk in any variation of the shorts he wears. I think looks cool on him. I still think he should wear the shorts over trunks these days, but that's just my opinion.
I think he looks good.
Like if I had to rank them, I go shorts, then trunks, then tights. Let's be honest.
I disagree.
Where would you put it? Like trunks, tights, and then shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. My other favourite time period is.
I'm not a little fucking smart.
Thank you.
Wear the shorts, Punk, please. Wear them.
The history Punk.
It's in the ROH run that I didn't watch. Ah. I only watched the match with Raven. Oh, how's that fucking ring? Fucking very true, isn't it?
You can't. You can't. You can't.
Fucking, not just you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Punk gets derailed. Do you have much else to say on this?
I just want to say my other favorite look of Punk is the 2013 with the Wolverine like chops.
Nah, I'm not a fan of that one.
No, because that's when I got into wrestling. So he was obviously there. So that's like, it's not like how people go Money in the Bank 2011 is my look of Punk. 2013, 2011 is my.
I do love the white shirt with the fucking logo. That shirt is great. But yeah, Punk gets derailed. She keeps throwing out people until Triple H comes out, and Triple H shucks him out pretty easily, as to be expected. Zack Ryder comes out with the fucking. What's that fucking wrestler from? He comes out with a fucking hard body Harrison trunks with a weird little cut off leg, which he was a wrestler in WCW. He was just enhancement talent, and also just turned out to be a massive, like actual genuine cunt. He was involved in some dodgy crimes. But yeah, he has the hard body Harrison trunks with the little cut off leg. It looks terrible. He's also one of your 3 ECW entrants. That's how shit ECW is at this time. Like, imagine an ECW guy winning the Rumble.
Zack Ryder.
Like, because I say this, you have Zack Ryder, Shelton Benjamin, or Yoshitatsu. Like, good luck, lads.
When we get to Yoshitatsu, can you do a rendition of his theme?
No. But yeah, it carries on. A bunch of different wrestlers come in. Drew McIntyre comes in. Teddy DiBiase comes in. Morrison comes in. Kane also comes in. There's just a lot of wrestlers. Nothing really happens till Miz attacks MVP during his entrance and takes the slot. But then MVP attacks Miz anyways. Then you get Matt Hardy gets thrown out immediately. But then you suddenly start bringing out the big guns. You bring out John Cena. You bring out Shawn Michaels. And then you obviously have them fucking brawl back and forth. It's a really cool little fucking run. It's a nice standoff. Then you bring out some shit cunts like Shelton Benjamin, Yoshitatsu. Bring out the Big Show. Notice how the Big Show... There was a segment where Chris Jericho's like, yeah, when I see you in the Rumble, you're going to pick me over the Miz. Neither was in at the time.
Do you remember the segment Jericho was talking about the Miz? Where it's like
it's just Jericho doing the ironic, like, why would you even like the Miz? He's got big ego. He's a prick. It's like, it's just like, haha, look at me. Isn't this ironic?
Especially now. Especially your wife. Let's be honest.
So Big Show comes out, Mark Henry comes out. I had popped hard for Mark Henry, but I popped even harder for number 24, who's fucking Chris Masters. Yeah, I love him. The amount of shit Superstars matches I watched to Chris Masters, because I'd have it. You start off the fucking show. You start off at 9, WWE Superstars on. Then at 10, SmackDown's on. Fucking wake up every Saturday, watch Superstars, watch fucking Kurt Hawkins versus fucking Chris Masters. Oh, I got stupidly excited for Chris Masters, who got thrown out immediately, and I was sad. Probably the loudest reaction I had all evening was for Chris Masters. But yeah, good fun. Truth comes out. Truth, who's in a weird spot where he's actually somewhat being pushed, but not really. Then Jack Swagger, then Kofi, then Chris Jericho, and then you bring out the returning Edge, and number 30 is Batista. In the end, you have a very interesting final four of John Cena, Batista, Shawn, and Edge. One by one, they're slowly whittled off. Batista eliminates Shawn. John Cena, Jericho's out there anyways. John Cena eliminates Batista, and then Edge hits Cena, Does he hit him with a spear, or he just manages to throw him over the top
I
rope
think he hit him with a spear and threw him over the top rope.
and claims the victory in the Rumble and will go ahead at WrestleMania to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, which will probably not be The Undertaker. Spoiler alert. Obviously, you had the drama of Shawn needing to win the Rumble to fight The Undertaker. He was desperate to have it happen. He eliminated Triple H for this to happen. But it was a really stacked Final Four. But the one thing that was also very funny, like we said earlier, it's quite impressive how pretty much all of the wrestlers in that retired very soon afterwards.
I jokingly went, "It's the past, the present, and the future," and then I realized there's no fucking future in the past.
Jericho.
Oh no. Oh.
Jericho is the future.
Hey, hello everyone, I'm the learning tree.
But yeah, it was a very strong Rumble, nice spots. I somehow have managed to forget who won the Rumble until like 2 minutes before he came out, which was quite a refreshing one. As obviously, if it was like 10 years ago, I'd be knowing everything. But since obviously my interest as a wrestling fan has waned, a lot of my history that I pride myself on knowing has been kind of tossed out the way and devoted to other shit. So it's quite fun to not entirely know everything that's going on. Because yeah, it's just good fun. But yeah, Edge wins the Rumble. Do you have much else to say about this Rumble?
I love how like Punk like it was allowing people to get their shit in, and then the minute Triple H comes out, it's like, get the fuck out of my ring, pussy.
Yep.
Just
Drew's here. Knee to the face sound.
Like. Also, as we're saying, how Triple H has great tits, which
fantastic tits, incredible tits. Does Triple H have? They're so full and fucking stunning tits.
What about 06 Triple H when he's a bit saggy?
No, like these tits, they're firm, but they're thick, they're juicy. Fantastic tits. As does like Miz in like later day. That like SmackDown Live era Miz tits. Whoa. Beautiful scenes.
James Ellsworth tickle your fancies?
No.
Fair enough. Yeah, that was the Royal Rumble match. I actually enjoyed this show, believe it or not. Hopefully, going back in time and Royal Rumble 2007 will be as good. That won't happen for another few weeks or months. I don't fucking know. I forget how I have to do the schedule for 2007, so I'll have to do that at some point. So it is interesting, and hopefully it will get better. But we can only assume it does. Because if not, then we're going to complain.
And if not, it's not happening. Shit's fucked. It's over. Sorry. See you, Nxtus. Had a good run. Fuck off. No, but yeah, it was a decent Rumble. It was a decent show. As said, the only two segments that were quite rough were the Sheamus. Excuse me. The only two ones that were particularly excruciating was fucking the Sheamus and Randy Orton match, and what the fuck else am I saying? The Mickey James segment. Other than that, it was pretty fucking strong, and I did enjoy it as a whole. Obviously, the buy-in's a bit different. Neither of us were particularly... I don't think either of us watched wrestling in the time period that we're covering for ECW. So obviously, we don't exactly have like the vested interest and like loving these wrestlers as big characters. But obviously, this is a year before we both got into wrestling, pretty much. So and at that time, when you become a wrestling fan, you kind of just consume everything. So probably know a decent chunk more about this time period, even if I've not necessarily watched it. But yeah, it was a banger of a show. It was pretty good. I think this is also a very strong opening for one more match, and I think it's a great opening for the NXT, for the Nxtus podcast. But yeah, do you have anything else to say?
I think we should end it there. End it on a high. End it before we go deep into the lows, and we hit the walls. Shawty got low. So you're either with us or you're against us or you're next us. We'll see you next time. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Fuck it, I can't do it.